Okay, so this week, guys, we are working with stromatolite. So I hope you've all got your stromatolite here. It's one of the most amazing grounding crystals I have ever worked with, and it wants to do so much more for you today and always to work with you. So today we are connecting with stromatolite. We are going into the crystalline grids of the earth. And we've started to do that already on meditations. We've started to call in the crystalline grid up from the core of the earth to surround us and mesh with our energy field. And connecting with the crystalline grids is really going to unfold deeper understanding about crystals. It's where you need to be. It's what you need to be calling on to surround you before every meditation, before any point when you pick up a crystal to start to work with it. You should be calling up the crystalline grid to greet you, to welcome you. And of course, I mentioned the planetary grid that we also bring in, the golden unity grid that we drop over the top. So we're going to be working with the crystalline grids. We are going to be working, I'm beginning to mention the concept of 0 point energy, which is really quantum. And for my little brain, it's been hard to process. I've been saying to my guides, please give it to me simply so I can communicate it in a very simple way for us to understand. But we're introducing that concept today and how it really relates to the crystalline grid and crystals. And then later on, we will be going deeper into that and what it means and its messages. And today we're doing 2 meditations. The first one is going to be connecting with stromatolite, because of course, as you know, it's all good and well me telling you all these things about crystals and everything that it does, but really it's all about your experience with it. So we're going to do a seated meditation with stromatolite, connecting and holding a vision of new earth, which is just really exciting because it's kind of what we're here to do, to hold that ascension blueprint that many of us here in this collection, this group, have come here to do, to wake up these ascension templates and to infuse more crystalline light. For ourselves in this moment, but also for others. So the last meditation, well, we're going to use a few more crystals. The very last one is when I ask you to lie back and relax. That is when we go to the plant and crystal library. So that is the epic one where we collect all the crystals and all the wisdom that you've planted in the earth. Now think Lemuria. We've talked about Lemuria a lot, and how on the fall of Lemuria, even before it fell, thousands of years before, the priests and priestesses were grabbing their Lemurian seed crystals, which they didn't really work with the way we did. I've mentioned this before. It was they knew they were crystalline. They didn't need a crystal, but they knew that we would, so they were programming for thousands of years. And so we are going back to connect with all of the information you've programmed in crystals through Lemuria. So that's what we're doing, and lots of other crystals as well will be coming back to you in the Plant and Crystal Library. So we'll be going into the earth, which is great. I wanted to talk to you about, just in general, a lot of my work is with people and with groups, is that what we're here to do is to collect and to reclaim energy, soul fragments, crystalline, ancient earth wisdom that we've planted in the earth, whether it's in crystals or beautiful spheres of light that we've literally, like light seeds that we've put into the earth through sacred sites, through ground that we've walked in the past. We are basically, a lot of the time at the moment, we are going to be going around and we're collecting consciously and unconsciously. It's always happening. We're collecting these codes from the earth wherever we walk. There's no coincidence as to where you are living at this moment, to the countries you are drawn to, the countries you visited. They all hold specific coding that energy frequency coding that you've put into the earth. So a lot of the overlighting energy of this course is reconnecting with your wisdom and empowerment. So I got the message through that on this course there's this thing called, well, it's a concept that kind of someone made me aware of, and then it makes a lot of sense to me, so I'm going to pass it on to you, is that there are, many of us are a specific type of blueprinter. And when I talk about blueprints, it's exactly as you could imagine, like, you know, when you see architects' blueprints and they're all kind of like layered diagrams. So like blueprints live within us. Our original blueprint in our heart is this Christos Sophia template, the original Unity Heart template within us, which is kind of what we're trying to move back to, or what we are moving back to. Now, there's blueprints through the earth, there's blueprints through sacred sites, and people, our group gathered, we have a lot of, so there's the different types of blueprinters there's blueprint technicians, blueprint changers, and blueprint creators. Now, I believe that a lot of you on this course are blueprint technicians. Now, why I said that is the technicians basically go in and fix and reroute where energy currents need to connect and go into certain points of the earth. They move there. I call them star mappers as well. They go through the galaxy and take specific star frequencies and bring them through the stargates to hit through certain sacred sites, and in essence to go into the grid and to kind of boost the crystalline light in the earth. So my message has been that we have a lot of blueprint technicians here, and I just wanted you to make you aware of that, because maybe you're not consciously aware of it, but there is a reason that you're here, and that's one of them, to be aware of that, the earthwork that you're doing. I was speaking to one of the lovely ladies on the course, Rana. She's an incredible healer, and a few sessions ago, and I said I zoomed out and had a look at her trail of light of where she was going. And one of the places was she was on the Andromedan Gateway directing specific currents in, like a little, like tinkering, like not with a screwdriver or pliers or anything, but just I could see her tinkering on the Stargate of different frequencies in it. And that's what technicians do. They adjust the flows of energy. So just for your information as well, which is I think is quite cool, is blueprinters normally come together in threes in that format: technician, changer, and creator. They complement each other. No one is more important than the other. We work together beautifully in a unified way. I'm a template changer. So for example, I kind of feel like I'm a site foreman sometimes. I can go above and I can look down and I can see what needs to be changed. So I can see the roots of currents, not just in the body, but also in the earth that need tinkering. And then I'll work with a technician to bring the right flows in. So I kind of bring a lot of transformation, and the changes, the blueprint changes, are the ones that back to the foundations, and we kind of are bringing in higher vibrational templates. So just want you to sit with that, because it's something I think that just to sit with, take it in, see where you go with that one, because that's what you're doing, and now hopefully you're consciously aware of it. So let's talk about stromatolite. So you will all have this lovely deep brown stone in front of you with all these beautiful ring marks. It's an amazing grounding stone that harmonizes. It works to the lower chakras, and obviously you can tell by the color. So this works to your root chakra and also your earth star chakra, which is the chakra underneath your feet. It's about 10 centimeters under your feet. We've been working with it a lot. It harmonizes and realigns those chakras. So its place in this course is to be positioned there or at your feet. And I'm going to show you a slide with a few points that I can talk through on this guy. Okay, so here we go. So as I said, it harmonizes and aligns the root and earth star. Now, what is incredible is it was formed 3.7 million years ago by a layer of algae, and I've got the actual name there, cyanobacteria. And it's the first single organism that could photosynthesize light and create oxygen. And it fossilized. So the swells inside you'll see are actually the algae that have fossilized in sedimentary rock. It blows my mind that these algae were the only form of life on this earth for the first 2 billion years. Now that in itself is an incredible message, one of withstanding anything and just taking us back to first life on this earth, to the origins of this earth. So it's incredibly special. It's incredibly ancient. Like the other stones on the course, it really complements them. It's a very balanced grandmother and grandfather energy. So it's that wise, nurturing, strong, confident voice that's really going to lead you, because it knows where you need to go. It is a guide of. I know I talk about stones being teachers. It is a teacher of the highest order. If you want to name it master teacher, then that's a good way to go. Its energy is felt in really beautiful waves that are very cool, and it basically cools down your energy system wherever you place it. It's gonna, and I often like to work with water when I work with this stone, and bringing these waves of water in to cool down the energy body. So if you've got someone who's very fiery in their dosa and their elemental sway, they're very fiery, then this is a really good stone to just cool them down a little bit. If you've got anyone around you with a hot temper, hot-headedness, this is the stone for them. It's really good for elemental children as well. That's coming in, the overactive imaginations, and just the ones that are just energies all over the place. It helps them pull Raina energy in. This was the first crystal to appear for the course, and it kept whispering to me, the beginning of time, the beginning of time. Like, we need to go back to the beginning, all of us. We need to hold the eternal wisdom of Mother nature, which is, and also, which is really interesting, it connects to the ancient plants. So if you are working in plant medicine or want to go that way, it will connect you specifically to the ferns. It's a very, very close ally of the ferns and that medicine. So it's just a really beautiful stone to work with the plants. It really, really focuses on the emotional and mental support and those layers of the body. So really, like I said, cooling and calming the mind when it's going off on tangents and any worries or anxiety. But it's also deeply holding through emotional release. It will hold you really, really still. It brings stillness, you know, that's that grounding energy, the earthy energy of it. It also helps you to really stand in your power to achieve your soul goals on a personal level, but also on a planetary level. So it's a really empowering stone in a way, but not in a sparky, fiery way. It grounds down and really helps look at foundations within you, rebuild foundations. It's all about structures. So simplifying was another word that came up, that we need to go back to basics, that we need to strip everything back. And this is what it will help you do. It is an incredible stone to connect with the ancients, your ancestors. It basically brings them in close. I almost feel like sometimes there's a line of them behind me when I use this stone ready to connect. It's like you can connect with your original root race, the original root races, so the first beings on this earth. But also what's really interesting is it helps, I'm going to take you off screen share. So it helps you, if you do past life work, it really helps you if you work with this with someone or even just with yourself, it helps you go back to your first lives, which obviously is super important to help you get to the core of issues, to get to the core of where a pattern developed. So this is the stone for you. I'll use it in all my past life work, and I do a lot of past life work. So this is always firmly by my side. It holds such gracious space. When you place it at your earth star, it literally opens up a huge channel of earth energy that almost comes around you and cocoons you. And it's like, I'm not moving anywhere and nor are you. And we're going to do this together. So it's just such a wonderful support for you. So I mentioned it helps retrieve plant wisdom. So important, I need to mention it again. I worked with it recently with a client at their feet, because that just seems predominantly the place to put it. And took him to the different points of the world and on the map where he was to retrieve wisdom from, which is what we spoke about at the beginning. We're all retrieving these light codes, these light seeds. And the light seeds that were coming up from the earth were beautiful, pure white and gold orbs with ferns in them, like ferns that were curled, and beautiful green, luscious plants, no flowers, it was very much plants. And it was all just coming up and back into his body and back into his heart. And these are kind of the visuals that I want you to connect with when you work with this stone, because it's all about bringing plants back to the heart. And listen, that's a Lemurian energy. The shamans of this world are from Lemuria. That's where it all seeded, this really deep wisdom, earth wisdom. Like I said, they loved crystals, but they were crystalline, so they didn't really use crystals. But what they did work with was plants. So this is, for me, also a connection to Lemurian timelines. And surprise, surprise, I've talked about it over and over again, this group is so Lemurian. So that's that one. I mean, another thing that it does is, and actually probably one of its biggest messages that I didn't put on the bullet point, what's it called, the slide, was that this came through wanting to talk about cellular rejuvenation. Very, very concerned with harnessing 0 point energy, not just through the cells, but the space between cells, because 99.9 something% of our body is empty space. Well, so-called empty space, it's still vibrating. And then the majority of us is water. So it wants to harness the energies and the particles, the atoms between the cells. It's come through as a stone that is incredible on the physical layer. So specifically with diseases, cancer has come up as this is a stone that wants to go into the cells, strip them back, rebuild them. Like I said, it's about structure, foundations, building healthy foundations, rejuvenating, regenerating are like keywords with this one. So it's a stone that I do use with people that I work with that have got that have got cancer. So it's one of those stones that it wants to rebuild, but also other diseases and illnesses. It's pretty special, and it's an energy. It's interesting because for so long its energy has been dormant. They say, I mean, someone had written that it's been dormant for 3 to 4 billion years, and I'm like, well, at the moment it just really wants to be known. It's really its energy is stepping up. Like I said, it was one of the first crystals that came through on this course. All 7 crystals are all about harnessing 0 point energy and cellular restructuring. This is actually the foundation work through your cells that we'll be working with today. It needs to heal and clear cells. And then as we get to week 7 and 8, when we work with the Herkimer diamond, which is that really pure cutting clarity, this resurrection stone, it will then then your cells are ready to take this infusion of high vibration light because we've done the work with stromatolite. So that's its place. I mean, it does so much. It's really incredible. And I think, I mean, there's so much. Another thing actually, when I was sitting with it today and making some more notes, is it's really interesting because it's a stone that really pushes patience. It says to me that, you know, the more you put in, the more time you work with me, the more I'll open to you, and you have to be patient. So it's a stone to keep working with, to keep bringing into your practice. Definitely 100% be working, as all these stones as a collection, be working with them on other people, especially at their lower chakras, because it's going to bring so many energies and soul fragments and everything back to them. That's what it's about reclaiming. But its energy unfolds. It definitely deepens the more you use it. So, and another thing was it was a bit strange, but I went with it because, you know, who am I? And I've not listened before and they've nudged me. So it says it really wants to heal through patterns of codependency. And however that appears for you. So that was a really specific message today that came through with this stone. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a meditation with it, because I think it's about time that you connected with it. So this meditation is going to be seated. You don't have to, the last one is very more relaxing. You lie down, and I know most of you fall asleep on the last one, and that's fine too. So we're going to hold a vision for New Earth with this stone, because if you think about it, where we're going back to when it was around was the energy was much purer than it is now on the earth. And we need to, with this stone and its energies, recapture that energy and have it seated in our hearts. So the next meditation we go through, we're just holding this joint vision of wholeness for the earth. And that's how we heal. I mean, that's how I see people when I do healing with them, is I see them in their wholeness. I see them as a very high vibration. And that's what we want to see the earth as today, almost like we've zoomed out and we're looking in on it. So this is what this stone does. So I want you to grab your stromatolite. If you haven't got it, I know there are a few of you that haven't got it. Just call its energy to you. Please trust and please believe me when I say its energy is with you. That energy literally knows no bounds. And yes, it's important to have it in the physical, but you can call its energy to you. It's not going to be any less potent. So you're going to work with stromatolite and also some copper, because copper is massively important on this course and enhancing energy frequencies and currents. So always pairing copper with crystals. So these are the ones we're going to work with today. You might have one piece or two, whatever you've got, grab your copper. I just want you to, I'm just going to show you a slide quickly of just a visual of the grid that we're working with. And you have got this, you've got this handout to do this meditation again, but you can just see here. So you're going to have your stromatolite in your left hand, you're going to have your copper at your feet, and this grid just shows how we're really calling up the crystalline grid, which to me appears as a diamond, iridescent, beautiful, sparky, sometimes rainbow-like light that comes up in a net over you. So that's the visuals for where we are going today. And I just want you to sit down and I'm just going to guide you through this. So I'm just going to put some music on. Make sure you can hear it okay. Okay, so at the moment, I just want you to put the crystals in front of you. You don't need to hold anything. I just want you to have them by your feet. And then I'm going to tell you when to pick them up. So first of all, let's just take a moment to get comfortable and to just take in a few deep breaths in through your nose, expanding your chest and opening your heart. And having that vision of your heart as this beautiful rose that's just shining all of this light in every direction all around you. And just keep breathing for me. I want you to feel yourself pull all your energy back to you. Any energy that you've given away today to any person, people, place, you're calling it all back because we need to be in full presence right now. So taking really deep grounding breaths in through your nose, feeling that cool air moving up through your nostrils, down through the back of your throat, filling your beautiful lungs up and opening your hearts, opening your heart. My heart is open. Amazing. Keep breathing for me. I want you to start to pull that energy, that breath from your heart down your body, into your stomach, filling your abdomen, expanding your womb space. Really feeling your tailbone root down into the ground beneath you. Wonderful. So I want you to place the copper close to your feet, and I want you to pick up your stromatolite. And I just want you to turn it over in your hand, looking at his layers and its swirls of colour. Let it know that you're ready to work with it and ask it to open up and work with you for a deeper connection to the earth. And just forming that beautiful connection with this crystal now. So just let your hands relax comfortably at your sides, wherever feels good for you, gently holding that stromatolite. I want you to close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Once again, feel that breath touching your lips, the tips of your nostrils, passing through your nasal passage and into your lungs, filling your diaphragm, filling your heart space and bringing it all the way down to your abdomen again. And we begin now to call in your layers of protection. All of the angels, the masters, your sword of light, the fire dragons that circle you, anything else that's part of your protection rituals. As each breath now, you start to feel your aura open and expand as you start to connect in with the diamond light chamber around you. Breathing in through your nose deeply now, you expand your aura out to fill this diamond light chamber. And we connect in with Source, sun above your head, as beautiful golden infinite loops start to loop down from Source, from the heavens, down into your highest chakras, passing through each highest chakra, this beautiful golden infinite loop, as it reaches your crown and loops through and around your crown, through your third eye, through your throat, to your higher heart and heart connecting, and down through each chakra in turn to your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, down through your legs and your feet to connecting with your earth star chakra. And you notice this beautiful chain of infinite golden light loops connecting through you to Source. And next we connect in with your tube of light as we call it around you, bringing it up and around you. This is your portal space of light that protects and holds you. As you rise up and start to connect in with your higher self, floating above your body, connecting in with your higher self, floating up higher through your soul star chakra to connect with your I am presence. I am that I am a divine creator being. I am grounded, I am held, and I am whole. And in this moment, I want you to take a few moments to just breathe into your heart Inhaling deeply into your heart and visualizing your threefold flame, that beautiful magenta pink, royal blue and gold flame that sits in the back of your heart as it spirals around together. As it spirals, you find yourself standing within this flame, breathing it in. As we go deeper into your heart together, we bring full focus on your heart's flame as it expands and opens your heart, moving through all chambers, all spaces and places within your heart, illuminating it all, opening it all, through all, through all, through all. And next, we bring awareness to the stromatolite in your hand. As you feel your palm chakra open to receive its waves of thick brown energy, moving in through your hands, up your arms, and letting it flow around your body to where it's most needed. Be free with it. Don't attach, just observe where it's going. Just allow its current to flow through you and settle into which parts of you that in your body where it's needed to assist with grounding. Where is it needed to assist with grounding? And as its brown energy settles in your body, it begins to multiply in waves through every cell, every atom, and the space between cells, moving through every cell in turn, almost instantaneously, grounding down, slowing down your energy field. We slow down and connect with the heartbeat of the earth. It's bringing grounding and slowing your energy field down. We move down now to your base chakra. It's opened and expanded so much since the last session with Fulgurite. We now ask the stromatolite's energy harmonize and ground all vibrations running through you, allowing its energy to gather and sit in your base chakra. As it all gathers in your base chakra and you feel it flowing in waves, we then move it down through you, down through your legs, through your feet, and out of you to connect in with your Earth Star chakra, that brown energy center, reopening and strengthening new pathways of light through you, through the Earth Star. Now your energy is grounded within your body wholly. You can connect with the heartbeat of the earth. As you feel the earth beneath your feet, it beats through your feet and into your body. You feel the heartbeat in each cell as it vibrates faster. As you come into alignment with the earth's heartbeat, it moves up into your heart. Your heartbeat is now beating in unison with the earth, and you become aware of the copper at your feet as you welcome its warm copper glow in through your open feet chakras to flow into your body and amplify, carrying all currents of energy in a more efficient way. We speed up the process with copper. The crystalline grids of the earth begin to rise up from the crystal core, iridescent diamond and white light reaching up around you, moving through the layers of the earth to greet you, to surround and hold you. It draws closer to you through your aura to merge with your light field. As you breathe in the crystalline grid to your light body, it pulses and connects with every cell, rippling light through you, connection and love. The golden unity grid of the earth begins to descend to greet you, moving down from the heavens to swaddle over you like a blanket, coming close and connecting with your light body and with the crystalline grid around you. We bring our left hand with the stromatolite to our heart, connecting with its brown energy once again, welcoming the flow directly into your heart and holding in your mind's eye and in your heart a vision for new earth. Nasuru lialanari etini atua suru fumbuari anai ataria. Susui shini arora nai itiano kawa madai nitahai. Sintiaro lavanda haisiatoya. Ikiano wambari etia. We're holding in our mind's eye and in our heart the vision for new earth, and we experience the earth through stromatolite's frequency. It holds ascension keys and an energetic signature of pure times, where the energies of the land were clear, the waters and the seas were crystalline. There was no pollution. Huge green, vibrant ferns grew and grow now all around you. The clean, crisp air surrounds you and fills your lungs. Everything feels luminous and sparkling. The sun above your head is beaming down warmth and the light of a magical property. You receive it into your body now. And you begin to feel your heart pulse in gratitude. We are relighting the energy of the ancient days, the original pure state of this earth, the 0 point state. It is this vision we hold in our hearts when working with this crystal. We send that love, awe, and gratitude to the crystalline grids. To the crystalline grids surrounding your body, we send that love. We pulse our light out in waves to connect in with the earth through the grid, holding the beauty and the love of this new earth we are co-creating within our hearts. We thank all crystals and crystal guardians of this course and send love and gratitude back to the crystalline grids and the unity grid of this planet. So I really want you to take a moment to be in your heart, pumping those waves of love out through the grids to be felt and taken to wherever they need to go, holding this vision of a pure new earth. Something that you've known in the past and been part of. We reconnect with that ancient stream of golden light energy, golden age energy. And spend as much time now connecting with the love you feel, carrying on, sending it into the grids. You may ask the air and the earth dragons to quicken up the flow, asking them to carry and amplify these wishes and the energies so more can feel them. And we just take a moment to breathe and connect with the pulsing light, crystalline light through the grids. Breathing in and expanding your energy body with love. And allowing that to flow from your heart into the earth, into the crystalline grids. You are love. And slowly, we need to begin to come back to our breath, but not rushing this moment because this moment's important. We connect back in with the flowing golden infinite loops, coming down from source, moving through our body, through our chakras, linking all in unity, down into our earth star, into the core of the earth. I want you to know in this moment how pure of heart, how pure and divine and beautiful you are. Your pure radiance. Breathing in through the nose, connecting our energy back down through these golden infinite loops of light as we follow these trails of loops of light into the earth. Breathing our energy back into our heart, into our body, bringing awareness back to our breath completely in this moment. You start to feel roots grow from your feet, if you feel the wish to. If you feel the wish to ground in more. And you can take your hand from your heart with the stromatolite. We've thanked these beautiful crystals for assisting us. And we are done, so you can slowly come back. It might be hard for some of you, I know, but what I would also like to say is that you are still there. You're still doing this work. It's just another part of you that's working on some level now, being made of it, aware of it consciously. I don't know about you. I feel incredibly grounded now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was amazing. And something, there's not just, it shouldn't just be for this group. It should be something that more people do. It should be more of a collective thing that we do all the time. So I want you to bring it into your practice. I'm going to turn the music down. So I want you to bring it into your practice, connecting with the crystalline grids whenever you work with a crystal. They are connecting with the crystalline grids, as I said, is connecting deeply with crystal energy. Like, that's one of the best things that you can do. You know, when people ask me all the time, how do I connect with the crystal? Call the earth, the grid up around you, the crystalline grid. The crystalline grid is like the nervous system of the earth. It's the planetary nervous system. And the way I see it is we are the walking, talking neurons and transmitters above the ground that can transmit this beautiful frequency and enhance it and amplify it. So when we work on the crystalline grid, we are working on the planetary brain, the nervous system part, and within the same time as working on the planetary brain, we're working on collective consciousness and helping to shift that, because everything relates and links back, and everything is kind of one and unified. So that's why it's so important, and it's a really big part of this session, and it's a really big part of what we're doing here. The next meditation we're going to do, when we go into the grids, it's really important to know that we are here to move light frequencies through the grids. Now, there are certain rays and flames, and I talk about the rays and flames through this all the time. Last session we were with Seraphis Bay and the Ascension Flame at Luxor. And we're going to work with the mother flame. And, you know, I talk about the white fire core that we have in us to harness and to move through to, like, just, I use it as a reclaiming my space kind of thing and my sovereignty. But what I want to tell you is that through lives, we study with different ascended masters. Obviously, Saint Germain overlights this course, and there are some beautiful ascended masters that keep layering in, and we'll talk about some in a minute that want to be known. But it's like, through Atlantis, when they were the 13 healing temples with the sacred flames. So we talked about Saint Germain had the Temple of the Violet Fire, and we talk about the violet flame transmuting, and then there's Temple of the Ruby Fire, and there's all different ones. There's a pink ray and flame of love, divine love, which is very connected to Venus, and copper, actually, interestingly enough. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. But what I believe is that we, through lives, study under a different ray and flame with a different master to understand, to bring parts of that ray and that flame to the earth. So many of you here will be drawn to a specific flame, a specific color. For example, at the moment, I'm really working with, and I don't mean to talk about myself so much, but it's just the only way I can communicate, like a link. I work with the second ray of illumination, joy, wisdom, education, teaching, Gautama Buddha, Lord Lanto Kuthumi. I always say his name wrong, actually. Is it Kuthumi? No, it's Kuthumi. They're kind of overlap, and that yellow energy came in last session. So that's the keys of the yellow ray and the yellow flame are kind of what I'm transmitting at the moment on Earth. But it can change because we've had so many lives. So there can be different rays and flames that you've worked with. At the moment, there's a big shift towards the emerald ray, the emerald flame, Master Hilarion. he actually came in last session as well. There's a big shift towards people giving emerald keys to the earth, to other light workers, other star seeds, to wake them up on their path of the emerald ray. And the emerald ray for me, it's a lot of things, and you can read about it but online, but for me it's very, very deep healing ray. It's a very supportive, deep healing ray through all parts of you, through all layers of the body, for soul growth and for ascension. So there's definitely a shift towards the emerald ray having a lot of focus at the moment. So the reason I mentioned that was when we go into the crystalline grids, it's important that you kind of sit with what ray and what flame really resonates with you at this time. It might well be the violet flame, because we are covering this a lot on this course. So whatever it is, send that through the crystalline grids, send the violet flame. I mean, it's needed in abundance at this time to help transmute a lot of collective fear from all of the lower vibrational COVID stuff that's going on. So that's a really good one to put into practice. The plants are talking to me now and saying that they like to harness rays through their roots in the earth too. So to visualize the plants around you sending these rays through their roots into the earth too, because I always see the plants like their roots all connect and the tree roots all connect into almost like their own little grid structure. So there's that slight tangent, but that felt important to be heard. So we talk about the crystalline grid. Now, what actually is it? Now, I believe, well, I know through practice that every single crystal is connected through the crystalline grid, including the ones in the caverns in the earth that haven't been mined yet, the ones that will never be mined that are protected. So the Atlantean, the Lemurian wisdom crystals. So even these crystals, they are all connected through this crystalline grid, so they can all talk to each other, and they're all connected, but at the same time have their own independent frequency that they work with to bring through, to hold space for healing. So there's a lot that, sorry, I'm looking down at my notes if you're watching, there's so much information to bring through. I have to say, before each of these sessions, it's been quite unusual. I've had to have a sleep for like 1 or 2 hours just to be able to ground down all this information that's coming through. So held in the grids, all the elements of all of creation. For me, the crystalline grid is like a bit like the Akashic, like they hold the blueprints and all of the kind of history of the natural kingdom of the earth, inner earth, specifically. And they also connect to the plants and seed libraries in the inner earth, and also the crystal libraries, which is where we're going to visit later. So it's basically a massive, beautiful nervous system through the inner earth. As I said, this beautiful diamond light that is kind of like a conduit for crystallized light, to give off the purest light for the earth, to keep it harmonic and keep the vibrations in balance. So it does so much, and to connect with it is a really, really special thing. So I hope I've put that across today. It also, once you're connected with the crystalline grid, you can connect in through all dimensions, all time through all directions, and space through all directions. It's kind of, for me, is this entry point into, for me, it's very cosmic as well as being in earth. I'd say it's very balanced, to be honest. You can go up, you can go down and visit the crystal caverns. There are many, not wanting to go into it too much detail, but there are many crystalline portals in the cosmos that are kind of like charging stations, or like I visited, I think I mentioned way back at the beginning, a crystalline charging station, which kind of looked like, I don't know if anyone ever watched the old Superman, it might have just been in the UK, but the old Superman TV show, he'd go to like, I don't know if it's, he'd go to this castle and it was all selenite, and it literally is a place like that that exists where I go to charge in between. So that there's so many different places you can go to through the crystalline grid. So we don't just limit yourself to being in the earth, even though that is a really good place to be, and really good to ground everything down through. So another thing is I mean, you might have heard me mention in Atlantis, in the temples, they had big quartz crystals. Now, this is why quartz is my favorite crystal. Everyone asks me, well, I suppose it is, yeah, it's my number one crystal. You can have so many different varieties of quartz with inclusions, with different markings, and different keys, but quartz is the one, and because quartz is a record keeper, so it records everything. And in Atlantis, of course, they had these huge quartz crystals that the priestess would be in a temple, that the priestess would record the stellar wisdom through, and anything that had just been happening. I mean, we know that in Atlantis that these crystals did so much. They were teleportation devices, they were communicators, they held the weather systems, you know, they were gridded above the earth and in the sea, and they held harmony through the earth's grids above land. They were used to power light, like light in the houses there, like they did so much, but a lot of it was recording every single thing from all sentient beings on the earth, plants, animals, beings, are recorded in this. And it's just something they do. But what I've found recently, I've really wanted to awaken that use again, for like that focus of, I basically bring this crystal into all of my sessions, all of my work, and I hold it to my heart and I say, you know, please record everything that's taking place. I know on many levels I don't need to ask it to do that, but it feels like this conscious process, this kind of ritual, it just helps me connect in with the old earth energies and how we used to work with crystals. And that's a big part of why I'm here. It's how we use crystals in more of a 5D way, you know, more of a higher vibrational way. Instead of just saying, oh, I've got a headache, I'm going to put, you know, what do I need for a headache? I'm going to put this on my head. It's not, it's so much more than that. And I hope you can see so far from the way things are going that it's so much bigger than that. They're such an integral part of us because we are crystalline. So we're kind of bouncing off each other, these crystal energies. So building on this, we are going to open up and go into the earth and connect in with the crystals that we've left. Now, I want to show you, because this is all about grid work, we have some amazing people on this course all over the world. It won't surprise you to know that many of the people on this course are actually in Lemurian seed crystal areas, like where the seed crystals are activating right now. And I want to show you this map because where I'm going to show you some of the Lemurian crystals in the earth and the caverns, they all hold hidden history timelines of Earth, and a lot of the ancient sites I've been going to. So I do a lot of grid work, and consciously and obviously unconsciously, like you too. Recently I've been going to sacred sites, and I've been asked by the stone guardians to place my hand on the stones and say it's now time to release what you've been holding, whether it's, you know, because they are the protectors, so it's released. So recently I went to Glastonbury and was in St. Joseph of Arimathea's crypt, and I was asked to put my hands on his tomb and to say, you know, you can release whatever you've been holding. And then suddenly, obviously in my mind's eye, it started opening, unlocking like a jigsaw puzzle, and this huge blue flame came out. Beautiful, Archangel Michael related, very much about the truth of the Grail lineage. I'm going on a bit of a tangent now, but I love it. I love this life and all the things, the magical things we can do. But like, just keep that in mind. Sacred sites, it's time for us to be telling them to release their energy back into the grid, because we're at a time now, consciously and collectively in humanity, where our vibration's rising and certain things are ready to be felt now. I mean, I've talked about how certain crystals are found at the right time, new finds, and how, you know, pink amethyst came up recently with Archangel Chamuel overlighting the find of it to say, you know, we need to connect with a higher heart more. And the Lemurian root of wisdom keepers that have just started coming up from the ground 2 years ago, because they hold the keys of really helping us deal with our issues of abandonment with the mother, very intense themes. So like all of this energy is now coming through because it needs to be seen. So keep that in mind when you go to sacred sites, you know, just when you feel it's necessary, you know, I release, time to release. You know, you're allowed to, because a lot of them have been holding wisdom and light codes for so long. So we are going to go to the caverns of the earth, and I'm going to show you this slide of where, oh no, where's it gone? 1 second. Let's see, 1 minute, sorry. It's the first time I've mucked up on a shared screen. I'm not very good with technology. Okay, great. Okay, here we go. So this map, I wanted to show you to make you aware of a few places. Oh, it's not shared yet, sorry. There we go. So you'll notice on this map, we have, what I want you to focus on first is the Lemurian seed crystals that are activating. Now, I want to reiterate that a lot of my information is from source. This is not written anywhere. But also you will read other things people have written, and a lot of them align. There are some new crystals that are activating, which I don't believe are written about, that we're talking about on this course. So you can see the diamond crystals here. So these are the ones on the earth. We'll focus on first on land. So we have a Lemurian crystal that's activating in Brazil. So over here in Brazil, we have in the Minor Gerais region. Now that is the region just here. I don't know if you can see my arrow, but where I'm kind of hovering, this region here is my favorite place to get quartz from. Oh, Lou, you've raised your hand. Have I got the right place, Lou? Lou is tuning in from this region in Brazil right now. She is my lady on the ground who helps me find my crystals. So she's anchoring a lot of Lemurian light. Thank you, Lou. So around this area, there's a huge Lemurian crystal activating underneath the earth. And actually what Luciana was saying to me with the lovely crystal wizard we work with over there to get the crystals from family mines, that's really important to us to, like, you know, be on the ground there and work with the families, is that they have only just scratched the surface on some of these Lemurians that are coming out of the ground. There's more coming out now in vast amounts, and it's just not been tapped into, which I think is an incredible thing. So we also have, let's go over to the United States over here, Mount Shasta area, which is, there's a seed crystal, Lemurian seed crystal in Mount Shasta, which is where the Lemurian civilization are said to live a fifth dimensional vibration in Telos, which you can read a lot about. It's definitely a thing. There's a lovely lady called Kelly on the course who is in Mount Shasta at the moment, anchoring with that seed crystal. And it's, you know, they're not the only civilizations of Lemurians that are still here around at this time, hidden away in the earth. And you might even meet some of them during this session, but there's a lot of them, Mount Shasta. The other place is Sedona, up in Arizona, around here. I might be off with my little directions here. I'm not good with geography. But in Sedona, I've witnessed a seed crystal and a Lemurian light temples in Cathedral Rock, which is a Magdalene energy. It's a feminine vortex in Sedona in Arizona. It's incredible. We also have, and the reason I'm telling you these by name is because you're going to be visiting these places, and I need you to know visually where they are, where the crystals are. The heart of Africa here. You do have Lemurian crystals coming from Africa at the moment. I am unsure. I mean, I really have to feel into the crystals I buy from Africa, because there's a lot of trauma from the land imprinted on the crystals there through war and devastation. So kind of, I'm very wary about crystals that come from Africa, but there is a huge sea crystal activating underneath Africa, and also in the Congo region as well, which I believe is more down south, although I can't see very well on this map. There's one in Glastonbury. I have beautiful Leanne and Mikhail, hello, in Glastonbury, England. At the Tor, there is a Lemurian seed crystal. And the entrance point, interestingly, for that crystal is, there's a dragon's egg stone that's halfway up the back of the Tor. Not many people know about it, but that dragon's egg rolls away, and it's passageways of the Magdalene's initiation routes through there, and different chambers underneath the Tor. And in there is a very well hidden Lemurian seed crystal that the Magdalenes protected the Essene tribes carried there. So that one is really transmitting right now, and there's a lot of dragons protecting that a lot. You know, they came rushing out of that dragon's egg when I felt like it was moving. You know, it was moving, and they all flew out. So that's an amazing one to tune into. Also, the next one, which I am going to take away this thing so you can see my face. You get the gist. So the other one that came through the other day, so obviously week 3 we went to Egypt, and we were connecting with the sun crystal. That was Atlantean. But the one that's come through is Mount, and excuse me, hopefully I say this right, Kalesh. It came by name, and it's basically in Tibet. I believe it's one of the Himalayan mountain range, and it's a sacred mountain of Shiva. There is a Lemurian crystal activating in Mount Kalesh at the moment. And when I say activating, it's lighting up, it's vibrating faster, it's sending its light, its crystalline plasma light through the grids. So that's another one to click in with. The Atlantean crystals that are activating, I just feel I need to mention. There's a massive Atlantean crystal cavern in USA, in Arkansas. I really feel Arkansas quartz from the USA is so pure, and there's a reason why it's so pure. Is because a lot of the Atlanteans took their crystals and buried them in the cavern. They've not been found to this day, and I don't believe they will be, because they're the big record keepers in Arkansas. And sorry if I've got some Americans online and I'm saying that wrong. Arkansas, some people say it, Arkansas, I'm not sure, but there is a huge Atlantean crystal cavern. And then obviously we mentioned the sun crystal, the Atlantean sun crystal in Aswan, that we were part of distributing energy recently. Also Alexandria, underneath Alexandria, obviously, and the Sphinx. So in Luxor, which we visited last session. So, you know, we have been busy. We are moving a lot of places. And then the other ones to mention is Lemurian crystals, they're in the waters, because they're not just hidden in the land, they're in the waters and they're sunk. So in the Lemurian crystals are off the, let me show you the map, French Polynesia, so round Hawaii way, we have one down here, French Polynesians, that's transmitting. We have a huge one in Maui, Hawaii, and we have a Chintzia in Maui right now, who's doing a beautiful grid for us at the waters to really anchor in energies there. And then the other one is by Shara, I believe you're in Florida, it's by you, it's in the Bermuda Triangle, which I believe is very close to where you are. It's actually said to be in the center of the Bermuda Triangle. And obviously you've heard not the rumors, but the stories of like things going offline there and really crazy things happening and it's, I can't say Bermuda Triangle. It's because of that crystal. It's incredibly powerful. I've done it as a massive one there, just so you can see. And then in Australia over here, I can't forget Australian Uluru. And also, lastly, Japan. Japan is an incredible Lemurian frequency. The continent spans much further than people realize, but there's a massive crystal that's activating in the seas of Japan. Now, listen, you're probably thinking, oh my God, that's a lot of information at once. I just want your mind to consciously connect places on the map visually. So when you go to them, you know what you're doing. You'll know, your soul knows, but that's kind of a big part of what we're doing in this meditation. So 0 point energy. Now listen, it's very quantum in nature. And like I said at the beginning, I have been like, it's too intense for me, some of the scientific explanations online. But I said to my guys, please explain it very simply so I can just explain it to you so it's understandable. And they said to me that the 0 point field is like it's not a grid, but it's a field, it's an energetic field that you can rise above and go to and connect with. And it takes you back to the pure state of being. It strips everything back. It strips the noise back and distractions. And it takes you to your pure self. And I think when I connect with the 0 point field, it's when I go up and I go out and I go to source. And I don't know if I've done this meditation with you. I believe I have, where you take yourself up through your tube of light and you go up to your higher self, and you go through your I am presence, and then you connect with source and you're this golden ray, like your body just disappears and you're merged with this unity, divine creator energy. It's that feeling. It's when we take ourselves out and above and everything melts away and we can just feel how simple everything is and how simple it should be and could be. It's a unified heart field. It's basically stripping everything back. And this is a very simple way of saying it. You can read online all the quantum stuff that's out there, but I don't believe we don't need to overcomplicate things. So 0 point energy, when the crystals came through for this course, all 7 of them, they were talking about 0 point energy. And it was a totally new concept to me until I realized actually that's what I've been doing for a long time. So it takes sometimes someone to just bring it to your awareness to go, oh, yeah, okay, I do that then. That's what I do. I didn't realize. So when the stones came through, they were talking about, like I said, harnessing the space between cells and bringing it into the 0 point field. We are going to do this later on. This is I just want to introduce even just the word 0 point field, and just for you to sit with it and read a bit about it, because that's where we're going a bit later on, and I'll explain a bit more in depth. But stromatolite helps you connect with the 0 point field. And for me, it's just this liminal space where I'm floating and I just feel connected to everything. And believe you and me, we've been there on this course already. Like, you know, those moments where you're overcome with emotion and you're just crying through love. I mean, I have them all the time. I believe I'm in that 0 point space. I'm in that unified heart field. I'm kind of so connected to everything that I just feel love. And that's how I describe it from my heart. That's what it feels like. Holding the intent to take ourselves there is obviously important. But in quantum mechanics, now I wrote this down so I didn't mess it up. But in quantum mechanics, the 0 point energy state of the brain is considered when both hemispheres of the brain are relaxed and you're kind of in this deep meditative state where you're under so much that more healing can happen and you're relaxed. So that's how they kind of scientist explains it in a very kind of 3D way. But it's kind of, it's a pure point of being. And I've put here, so I remember to say it, 0 point is the central point of oneness. It's, like I said, it's that when we feel unity to everything and we feel so connected and so free and so just easily able to express ourselves, that we're not like we haven't got baggage, you know, we don't feel pulled down to the earth. We feel like we're above the earth in a nice way, because we kind of are. We've taken ourselves out of the 3D matrices. We're kind of floating above. So yeah, it's a unified real, and it's the original state of something, the original state. So I believe that all crystals at the crystalline grid, it's all a state of 0 point energy. And I consciously take crystals when I receive crystals from the mines, because so many people have touched the crystals, so many people have mined them, washed them, processed them. You know, that's why people say when you get your crystals, cleanse them. Absolutely. But I like to, when I get them, this is what I do. Yes, I cleanse them in all the ways that, you know, we talk about. I don't really use the moon so much. I have to put it out there. I'm not a moon girl. I don't charge with lunar energy. I charge with sun, solar energy. That's how I charge the crystals. Obviously, you can use sage and sound and intention and visualization and Reiki and all these things. I hold the intent of love around them, and I tone and chant and sing, and many of the things we've talked about through the course. But the other thing I do is I take them back, these crystals, I hold them, and if I've got so many, because I do have so many, I kind of imagine myself holding them all, and I take them into the crystalline grid, and I take them down back into the grid, into the earth with me, and I literally neutralize them back to their 0 point state. Very simple, and it happens, the more you do it, it happens very instantly. But taking your crystal back to a 0 point state is really important. Just as I said, taking sacred sites, I don't know if I said this already, but being at sacred sites and saying, you know, we clear this to a 0 point energy field, because so much is projected on sacred sites of other people's stuff that it gets a bit messy and muddy sometimes. So, and that's a lot of what happens to the stone guardians and the stone circles, especially Stonehenge. So, you know, it's important to go to these places and try and take it back to bring the crystalline grids up and go back to, you know, the unified state of oneness. But when we're in that state, we can manifest more faster. It happens instantaneously. And I don't really like the word manifest, because I believe that we don't really need to manifest, because when we're in that flow of the universe, we're understanding, we're at peace, everything just flows. Everything that we need flows to us. So we don't have to manifest. So I understand that it's a thing, and a lot of people talk about manifesting with crystals, and that's absolutely fine. There are stones that help with manifesting, but you just know that when you are doing this work, when you're connecting yourself so deeply with the earth, when you're seeing and feeling with your heart and not your eyes and your third eye, when you're that immersed in it, you are in the flow of the universe and you are abundant. You don't have to manifest anything. A lot of the time we think, oh my God, I'm going on a manifestation tangent now. But a lot of the things we're trying to manifest sometimes, like, you know, I see people's vision boards and, you know, all very valid and very useful for them to be able to create this image. But a lot of things they're manifesting aren't necessarily right for them, and that's why they don't come. So like, once we let go of that, the right things come in. We just have to let go of what we think we need, because sometimes we think we know everything that we need and we don't really. So there you go. Let me just double check I've covered everything on so okay, this is something else I wanted to mention. So with the grids, with the crystalline grids, so much is being crystallized through the grids into new matter. There's a lot of creation that's going on under the earth at the moment, which is amazing to into, and that's, I think, why I'm talking about manifesting, because if you can sink into the grids of the earth, the crystalline grids, which is what we did, you just put it up around you and feel stuff. Sometimes I spiral myself like a corkscrew into the earth and into the crystalline core of the earth. When you're in it, you can create from there, but create from the heart. Like it has to be so heart-centered, otherwise it just won't, because it doesn't align. Like you need to have released a lot of expectations is the biggest thing. So when clearing the grid, sacred sites, always consider clearing to a 0 point, and everything has a 0 point state of energy. I wanted to mention quickly about the physics of crystal healing, because I thought it was really interesting to kind of just explain in these terms how crystals actually interact with your body. I'm laughing because all the scientific stuff normally goes over my head. I'm actually talking about it. So there's this thing called mode locking, where like everything has a vibration and a frequency. And so when you bring two of these objects together, whether it's a crystal and a person, you bring it together, they lock together, they connect together, which is what's happening when you're putting a crystal on your body, and the vibration locks and merges. So that's how crystal healing and energy healing happens. You have this crystal and your body instantly connects and vibrates at the same vibration as this crystal is, or multiple crystals on the body. So I just thought that was a really interesting thing to tell you. I've added that in. So, and then now we're going to talk about the Akashic field. So, excuse me 1 minute, I need to take a drink. I talked about the Akashic field through the start of the course. It's the energy, it's another, a bit like, well, it is 0 point field, and we'll get to that in a minute, but the Akashic is where all the true history of Earth is stored. Every emotion, every feeling, every thought is held in the Akashic. All of your lives on Earth, all of everyone's lives on Earth is this vast library. When I was younger, I used to go, I see it as a library. And when I was from very early age, I used to go to the Akashic field, sit down in this grand library with all my guides, and I used to be like getting my books out. I was like, okay, what are we going to look at today? So I've always been very understanding of this concept of the Akashic, although my mind processes it as a library, which I think is a really easy, lovely visual to use when you go in and you sit with your guides and you look at your books. It's nice for you to interpret that way. But we are basically, the reason I'm mentioning it is this: the Akashic basically is the 0 point field. So what I mean by that is I'm getting, look, I'm going to show you this. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied now because we've got so many blooming bullet points. But basically, quantum physicists, we call it the Akashic. Quantum physicists call it the ZPF, which is 0 point field. So it's the same thing. So when you think of the Akashic and going to the halls of records, you're actually in the 0 point field. That's what I wanted to communicate. I don't need any really of these notes. There's just too many of them. But there's a certain woman that ties in with all of this and the Ascended Masters. I'm going to show you a picture of her. Bless her. She's got a bit of a scary face. Let me show you. The reason I'm talking about her is because she introduced the term Akashic field. She was the first one who introduced it, and she was called Helena Blavatsky. She was a Russian philosophicist, another word I can't say. And she was an author as well. She wrote some incredible books. But in 1875, her and Master Kuthumi and El Morya founded, amongst many other Ascended Masters, founded what's called as the Theosophical Society with her. Now you can see the photograph there of her, that's her sitting there. And this is the incarnations on this earth of Saint Germain to the right. You have Kuthumi, and then you also have Amora is there too. So she founded this society, which basically protects all the teachings of the mystery schools over time. You can see through the writing there, it helps us remember the wisdom of the ages that underlies all world religions. So it's an incredibly powerful society with these masters that are in, and you won't be surprised to know that Saint Germain is also one of the founders. Actually, look, he's there in the photo actually. He's one of the founders of this, and of course he's overlighting this course. So there's some really beautiful synchronicities weaving through, and the Akashic needed to be mentioned in this context, and for you to connect with this woman, Helena Blavatsky's energy as well. She's really, really special. Another one of the early founders was Serapis Bey of this society, and we were with him last session. And also you can see the letters that they sent in the British Library in the UK, where they talked about this society. So it's a thing. And after this, Helena Blavatsky went on to write and let me stop the share. She went on to write this book called Isis Unveiled. She wrote about, I think it's Secret Doctrine, or there was a book about the Ascended Masters she wrote. So she's really special. She's a really special energy, and I want you to connect with her. And you are through these words. There's something there that she wants to communicate with everyone. And she wanted to be mentioned. And there's such a lineup with all the Ascended Masters we've been working with on this course. It's quite it's quite amazing. I mean, a lot of the mysteries that she protected and the writings and the channelings were all the information from the golden ages of Lemurian Atlantis, and also the different mysteries that they used to teach in the mystery schools around the reincarnation and ascension. So an amazing being to tap into, and very much overlighting at this point, all of you. So we come now to, I must apologize, I really fluffed my words before. I'm sorry, I feel really bad about that. We're going to go on to the journey now. So once again, I know that some of you haven't got your crystals, which I'm really sorry about. This COVID post situation is not good. But today you're going to need, I'm going to hold them up to the screen, stromatolite. We're going to work with Herkimer diamond at your heart. I'm going to repeat this layout in a minute, don't worry. So stromatolite, Herkimer diamond, fulgurite, copper, and that's it. So you've got 4 crystals: stromatolite, Herkimer diamond, fulgurite, and copper. Now we're going to go down to the plant libraries of the earth. I know this is the point where a lot of you, some of you fall asleep. Now listen, please don't break yourself over that. It's okay. You're just doing deep work and you can come back and do it again. So I want you to get comfortable with this one. I'd go to the toilet now if there's any point where you need the toilet. I want you to be able to fully relax, lie back, wear an eye mask, put your crystals on your body. So you're going to lay them out. Your earth star, of course, your stromatolite is going to go at your earth star below your feet. The Herkimer diamond is going to go on your heart. Your crown, I want you to put your fulgurite facing you. So it's kind of going to be like, so fulgurite at your crown, Herkimer at your heart, copper in your hand, and stromatolite at your feet. I'm going to repeat that in a minute, don't worry. So I want you to get comfortable. And this is the long journey. So, you know, if you've got headphones, put them on. And I'm probably going to end this very quietly, very easily, and just so you can just, if you want to, fall asleep after this. Okay. So once again, you've got fulgurite at your crown pointing towards you. Herkimer at your heart. Copper in your hands, and stromatolite at your feet. Do let me know if you can't hear me before we start on the chat box. Okay, so I hope you're all comfortable and we're going to begin. And I want you to just go back to what we did before. We're just going to start breathing, very simply just inhaling through the nose. And as we do this, we're going to remind ourselves of our connection to our higher self, our I am presence, to source creator energy. Remind yourself, be in your heart, your big open heart, because it's so wide open right now. And just keep breathing, slow, rhythmic, gentle breaths. Just allowing every part of your body to just release, give yourself permission for your muscles to release. Breathing pure white light down the back of your spine, starting at the top of your spine, slowly bringing that breath down each vertebrae, and each vertebrae just releasing, unlocking, sinking into the space beneath you. Allow your spine to soften. Allow all the muscles in your face and your jaw to just relax in this moment. Any tensions you're holding in your third eye, just release them. Just breathe in relaxing waves of pure white light, cooling white light. With each breath now, you're just sinking deeper, letting go, sinking deeper into the ground beneath you, to the bed beneath you that supports you, to the earth. As we reconnect with your layers of protection, just tuning into them, knowing that they're still there. Tuning into your diamond light chamber, your tunnel of light around you. The crystalline grid, as it's ascended from the earth, is still holding you. The golden unity grid hugging you, descending from the heavens and surrounding you completely and wholly. You are held. We call in the angels at this moment. We call in your angelic team, your guardian angel, the archangels, the archaea, any levels of angels that want to be with you. We ask them to clear out your space with their harmonics, their sacred harmonies as they sing around you, clearing the area, preparing the space. As the sonic frequencies have to be right, heart has to be open. We hold the intention to connect through the heart and through and with the heart, the crystalline layers of the earth. We bring awareness together now to the stromatolite at your feet, bringing its brown energy up through your chakras, from your Earth Star chakra up into your body to your roots, filling each cell with its rejuvenating energies to ground all parts of you. So you see its brown energy moving through each cell, each layer, over and over and over, coating each cell. As its energy moves up and settles in your hearts, you're reminded of that vision of a new earth, how it looks, how it feels, how pure, colourful and light it is. We send out that vision now once again, holding it as a group, out to the grids holding you as it pulses through, and we send once again our pure love to be felt and received by all sentient beings around us, all animals, all insects, all plants, all flowers, connecting in with all of them around you, as your light pulses and moves in all dimensions, through all dimensions, to touch all. You're a cosmic powerhouse of oneness, being felt by all. Breathing in love and holding it there, and then breathing out transformation. A portal of diamond light gathers above your head. Aurora plasma rays from the seventh heavens and the guardian founders, all celestial beings and angels, they all gather around you to witness. This plasma light moves down through and around you, collecting in front of you and in front of your heart. It pools in light to form a diamond crystal. I want you to take a moment to observe this crystal floating in front of you. This crystalline light is a pool that you can draw from. As it radiates the highest vibration, you see it radiating and pulsating. It connects to the Herkimer diamond on your heart. Activating it further with its high frequency rays, your Herkimer starts to glow. The diamond crystal will connect you to the elders and the wise ones of Lemuria, for they too had this diamond seed crystal in their hearts. It looks as if this crystal is a beating heart, pulsing with beautiful pure light. And when you're ready, I want you to place this diamond crystal in your heart, knowing that you are worthy. You are worthy to receive. You are worthy to receive. You are worthy to receive. And some of you might already have this crystal in your heart, and just bringing more awareness to it. As its light drops into the deepest chambers of your heart, it brings love to those parts of yourself you've hidden, those parts that feel unworthy and fearful. It lovingly illuminates them now. It sees them and acknowledges them. Taking a moment to view those parts of yourself that you hide, those fearful emotions that hold you back, allowing this light to bring them forward for us to see and to love. What parts of you are you hiding? What parts of you do you need to reconnect with, to love into unity? This diamond heart seed helps you do just that. We now fill your diamond chamber that's around you with a pink ray of compassion as it filters down from the top point, fills this diamond chamber up with a pink ray as you absorb its glow through all parts of you. It goes to all parts of you that are tired, knowing that you can't go on like this, holding yourself back through fear. Allow this pink ray of love to infuse every cell and every layer and every part of your being with compassion. We've come to a moment where there's no time. You're here to do the work, to bring unity through all your thoughts, words, and actions. It's time to let go of certain things that hold you back. Understanding that this is ongoing work and growth, we shift to focus to our task in hand, to connect with the crystalline caverns of the earth. The liquid-like crystal in your heart now, this diamond heart, starts to spin, gaining momentum, spinning faster and faster within your heart. In one huge ripple, it sends out a huge rainbow light down through your body, out into the earth, where it creates a portal around you. This rainbow portal, this crystal holds and harnesses this rainbow light, continually pumping its plasma rays around you. You follow its rainbow energy down through layer upon layer of earth as you jump through this rainbow portal, through layers of crystal. We're going straight to the crystalline core of the earth first. As you move down through the layers and layers of earth, you're joined by 3 radiant dragons who follow your descent to the earth. As they fly around you, swirling around, you connect with them and thank your friends. The dragons are the mighty keepers of raw elemental frequencies. They are the gatekeepers of inner earth. They assist the flow of energy through the ley lines, song lines, and grids. As your energy reaches its destination, and upon arrival, this crystalline path in front of you opens, and a grand white crystalline pyramid appears in front of you. It's a sacred place where many crystals and plants are stored like a library. Many cosmic plants, flowers, and crystals that are not on the Earth's surface anymore are protected here. It's here where much energetic information of Lyra is stored. The orchids are some of the flowers we have on Earth as protectors from Lyran timelines. They came through the Lyran Stargate eons ago, and Earth is a library for many otherworldly plants and minerals. This library, as you observe it, is white and crystalline. It's surrounded by many flora and fauna, many insects and plant wisdom keepers, many guardians to connect in with. As you take a moment to view this glorious scene, its energy sings and dances in front of you, and it opens and unfolds for you. The magic, the beauty, the colour of inner earth is as alive on the surface as it is within this chamber, this library, and we celebrate that today. As the guardians of this great library come close, Saint Germain appears with his beautiful violet orb of light and many other masters that are with you. We call them forward. The crystalline energies of Lemuria, the Palladian and Andromedan emissaries of light, who pull their light through this library to keep it harmonious and held. They welcome you in streams of love that they amplify now through the field. I want you to receive that love. Receive in love, receive in love, receive in love. Saint Germain comes forward to guide you inside this vast crystalline chamber. As the walls in front of you slide open, you pass through the entrance, and the rainbow light comes down as it scans all of your subtle bodies to make sure you're in correct alignment to enter. We call the angels now to assimilate golden key codes of unity through your heart to all parts of you, to bring the needed vibration into your field so you may enter. And I know that some of you are ahead of me, and that's okay. The angels sing their harmonies all around you once again to bring anything needed into harmony. Saint Germain places his hand on your heart to infuse your body with the light of the violet flame to assist any additional transmutation. He smiles at you as you connect in with his eyes, with a love, with such a love as you step with him into the entrance hall. Its energy is alive with many divas and elementals. Many fairy are ready to lead the way, to light the way. Many shelves, floor to ceiling, and collections of seed crystals are glowing around you, holding the energies of this place, but also the vibrations of many planets. Many crystals fill the crevices and the shelves around you as you move into this grand space. All of the shelves are tended to by the elementals and guardian energies. The room is vast and moves outwards in all directions. We ask you now to focus on your crystals as you make your way to a part of the library that sings to you, following the songs to the crystals that resonate with your soul. As you approach them, you might find that there are some you recognize and some you don't, and that's okay. Within this library, you have left energies of previous incarnations and records in seed crystals that are protected by the earth and her benevolent beings. Here you will find your birth crystal from Atlantis, the crystal that you were given in Atlantean times to connect with your home planet of origin, your home planets. This crystal connects with your soul origins, and you take it and place it in your heart. You connect with each of these crystals individually, holding them up as they glow from within, asking your ancient wisdom within them to come back to you, where it's absorbed into the white fires of your being, back into your heart. You may be placing these crystals already in your light body. You may feel some planetary frequencies coming in. Be open to these streams from the different planets that connect in with you. There's a transferal of crystalline energies now increasing through all parts of you, enhanced by this connection to your soul crystals. Atua ina ia wal noro ye tianto dai thanta ati tientoro la mawambaru yelna aya. Ihini to ala la nada ay ni tandari la nada ay tiat tandaya. Tata moro nambaya. Itiano tatai tiento tai tantia tantia tanta. Ronton toy tianto toy tiantaya. Titiantaro yelania dala malo yelana etiataya. Shuchin no mamma ne avanda tatai tata more la nada ay lentato ay. Nitjoro la la lambaro yelna tai. Shui niataro yesi lelena nana yetera ni roda la natai tira na momone da lena la ni la lena na ta yeta da mo do da na ne kete na ni ta da na ta ai sir ta da ni to ara la na amma na ya ni ta ya ni sir re la na ya yithun do re la manda ya rafan da ya ta ya ton ta ya rali la na la ya ta na ki no to mo wambari na I shili na da ya yesi ni ara ai dan da ki ano ai ya no ai piano shoya soro noi matuai noro aro yatai rotondoi fiantai yata ala alianari yata ai tanda aya shoelia noya ta signor tuaro nai nikiano taaya maya to osotua ni tai tiano toaya tiano tiano tai yaton bo wa maro ya na tai tiano ya Saint Germain comes to your side, holding you in light as this transmission is strengthening. Shui suru amba waru itini kia ma tuainaya. Ratha na ranitaria ta sitini tiaroaya. You tiano rain. I see anotoi amai tuaya. Tuaya, si lo la naro, le nada danda, ya la lena pataya. Si tia roro tumba wa na kia ta na ka ra na ta si no toya. No rea la wa na toya. Iti ni ai ambawa. Ya lo awamba ria no tumba umbai. Non gumba wal niaroria noria 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 no aya rana aya no 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 arana aya no 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 aya no oya no no na rolia na itinia do aya ni chiaro vanda ishi ni atola na indara ma si tu mba aitia no ko antara hishi no otualina aitia. Once the light plateaus around and within you, Saint Germain communicates now that it is time. Now you are reconnected and full of divine light to go to the crystals of the world that need your attention and your light. He leads you to a passageway. It's a crystal tunnel, part of the crystalline grid. It will lead you to the crystals within inner earth where you need to receive codes. And you feel your energy now going through the crystalline grid to certain parts of the earth. Perhaps under the land in vast crystal caverns. Perhaps it's going to master seed crystals in the waters. Perhaps you're in multiple places at once. Allow your energy to go where it's needed. This is now about the earth. Suruthunna iya loa iya nai ihini aroa ya tanda ita ma lo wa wamba wa itini ha nya ai kiano aya haya haya tiana ha. There will be one particular place and a crystal that's called to you. As you find yourself approaching it, your energy is moving through the grids. You connect with many Lemurian guardians holding the space with love and joy around these crystals. They're the ancient protectors of these stones. Perhaps part of your consciousness is a protector of these stones. I want you to take time with these crystals as they appear in front of you, around you. Take time placing your hands on them, placing your heart to them, your third eye. Merge with its crystal consciousness. Move inside it, within it. Feeling yourself travel into its heart, its glowing core. Activating Diamond Lemurian Seed Heart Wisdom through the crystalline grids and within your heart space. Asula lana tai tia tatai. Maro ishola andaro itienu tuaya. Itino to aya ya tanto aya tota tantaya. Sila athiaro tantaya. We call in the angels of Lemuria to help you now to integrate enough of this portion of consciousness so it does not overwhelm your system, accepting in layers what you can hold at this time to bring a new connection. You start to feel your body glow and buzz with resonance as you connect with these seed crystals, with this part of you, this Lemurian priestess. You may feel yourself step deeper inside the crystal to receive plasma light upgrades from its crystalline light, as Lemurian crystals have many chambers, just like our hearts. So you receive in light, dear sister. You are so worthy. You are so worthy. And you are so ready. As you feel your whole light body filling up with this crystalline light, vibrating at a higher vibration frequency, holding the optimum of what you can hold at this time, holding the balance within you. Beware once again of the crystalline grid around you, connecting through you, receiving the same light and communication as light is expressing through you once again, and going back to the parts of the earth that need your light. You follow those streams to many places, land and countries. As we work now with the whales to carry the light through the waterways, and we ask the dragons to carry the energetic signatures through the land and ley lines. Where your light is carried, you feel activations and release through the ground. Wisdom and stored energies that are ready to release and unlock. New pathways of light are reconnecting and forming. This will be personal to each of you, but connect as a whole for the group work we're now doing. While doing the work on these inner planes, we take our body up, flying above the earth, to observe the trails and streams of light that are connecting through us all. Each part of the world where energy is releasing, you see roses blooming and golden light infusing, as we call in the Christ light ray and the golden codes of the Magdalene, to infuse the ground in our hearts with love, ever unfolding like the rose. Once again, we call into our mind this vision of new earth, fifth dimensional frequency and above, vibrant, with all races living together harmoniously, in love, in peace and in unity. It's joyful and it's pure, and we send that vision out. We wrap that vision around the earth. We connect in with all grids to feel this vision. We expand it around the earth and imprint it through all matrices to be felt by all. We are the co-creators, along with many light workers, of this vision to move back to Gaia. We hold love. We breathe in love in this moment. We breathe out love. We breathe in as our cells hold love. We breathe out as our cells breathe out love. This is the 0 point field. This is that feeling of connection and love and oneness. This is a pure state of being. This is us. This is what we can do. This is what we're capable of. I want you to be in this bubble of this love. Calling in again that pink ray of the ray of love into this light chamber, this diamond light chamber, to infuse more compassion, more love into your being. As it swells up through your spine, from the base of your spine, connecting with the mother flame, spiraling up through each portal point, this pink ray. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. As we bring ourselves back now, slowly, we're within our hearts, knowing that each breath we now take is making a difference. We're making a difference through our crystalline core, through the earth's crystalline core. And we breathe into alignment our soul's truth. On this day and all day, this day and all days, may we see through our heart, feel through our heart, listen through our heart, and live through our heart. And the heart of all, the universal heart of all. So it is. The stirring of energies through your body ignite that remembering. The stirring of energies through your cells, through your atoms as they vibrate faster, through your DNA as it's crystallizing, sparks that remembering of unity. Breathe now into your body with me. Through your nose, take a deep breath. And feel those energy currents passing through you. Breathing out, exhaling together. Rejoicing in these light pulses that help us remember. We are grateful, we are grateful, we are grateful. As we bring focus now to our heart space, that beautiful cavern, a vast cavern. As we connect now with the Herkimer diamond, I want you to feel its weight on your body. Know that it's there. Ask it now to download, record, and activate the highest vibrations of love to support and hold you through all that you go through. the light of this Herkimer diamond seep into your body, this clear, pure, beautiful light, diamond light, as it permeates in every cell, every part, every layer, every space within you, with a blinding light to bring completion to this session, infusing and allowing you to hold more light. We welcome the flow of energy from the Herkimer into your body. Breathing in love, breathing out transformation. I ask to download and activate all experiences of this journey into my heart, to sit and work with it for the days, weeks, and months to come. I give thanks to all of the crystals in the earth, in the waters, in my body, crystals around me. I thank them, and I thank the guardians. I thank my guides, the angels, the emissaries of light. And we end now with this healing transmission from Pleiadian, Arcturian beings. Lalianare, ilithiala niala lahai, lilia niala liandare, alithantaya, ilaliala laliala la tantaya, tita tantaria, tatantiala leontaria, la tantaria tai, olo moa wambiala, the handaria la ianaya tanta, shuelia wamaruita asaya, ita asai na hawa. Ila halia la na aya tanta ai di ta tialoya nui oro alo moali di tanto surely ato queno ta mo wan dialoya suyanoya ya lia la nyara ya yang ya haya ya la ya na ya tanta ya taya ya tanto ya suya yena taha lo ya na ya matuaya Matuai and aya, Matuai siti aya, itiala ainoya, antaro sho aya. Sorry, tintiado. Tintua tanta tianto tantiato ta ilnata aya, itiano laliana itaya. Loya tiano so shoi na ataya. Moro lana ya o aysa. No to I nala yantaya. Ma wa han ya thon to awa handa hawa haya. Ihi ni diana tanta in San to awa liano tai. Ihi to asoro lina aya. As we ground down all frequencies down through your body, slowing. Masoye tuai naya. Through quantum chambers of light, so you may observe and integrate many high frequency dimensional waves of light. We download and activate the frequency keys of Venus within your Earth star. So you feel the rays of divine love through all parts of your being. Not just through your heart, through your being, but so you can send out to the earth. This is our gift to you, dear hearts. We love you. We leave you in such love and gratitude and light for all of the work you do here on this earth. You are loved, you are blessed. Together we are stronger. We're signing off now, the emissaries of light, with much love and blessings. Soro toe to you and your soul families. Soro hin taro la ata aya ta ata aya. Now receive our love in the days to come and the weeks to come. We are here for you. We are here for you. We love you. We love you. And so it is. So it is. We take a deep breath together, loving all parts of ourselves, loving where we are, who we are, where we've come from, where we're going. We are all on this divinely, beautifully lit path together. And it's in that I leave you with so much love as you just sit in love, be in love, and receive. These transmissions will be intensifying through the night and continuing through the days to come. It is an opportunity in a portal space to meet with your star family. Okay, they haven't finished yet. They say that there's a space and an alignment for many frequencies for Venus to come through at this time. And it is this moment, dear hearts, that we must amplify and work with the pink ray. Know that you are conduit, and you, with the element of copper, can alchemize through the flames of your heart and send this Venus light down into the earth, to the land, to the countries that need extra help and support, to the north and south pole, and the axitonial lines, through the earth clearing that's moving through Africa at the moment. Okay, we end this transmission. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. All right, my lovely, lovely friends, very slowly and very gently, we bring our awareness back to our body. We breathe in through the nose, expanding our chests, feeling that cool air rushing into your lungs, being in your body with your breath. We call all of our energy back from all spaces, places, planes and dimensions, all timelines, all directions. We call it back, we call it back, we call it back to click back into your heart like magnets on golden strings. Click, 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 back into your heart. Calling your fire back, your gifts back, all parts of you, higher soul aspects to connect with. We download, activate and lock it back into our heart. So you might want to just tap on your heart a few times, just tapping, just feeling that you're back in your body. Anchoring down, casting off a beautiful tourmaline, black tourmaline anchor from your earth star, moving down through the earth, connecting, hooking it into the core of the earth, anchoring you fully in this plane. It is important. And when you feel ready, I want you to just stretch your arms up, lengthen your spine. We're going to take 3 breaths together to help us bring us fully back. We're going to start to breathe in through the nose now together. Breathing and holding that and releasing. One more time, breathing in together deeper than before, breathing in. Filling your lungs up, holding it and release. Wonderful. One more time with me, deeper than before, breathing in through the nose. And release. Now you can stretch. Now you can bring gentle movements, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Just feeling into your full heart, feeling into, with your breath, the energy currents moving through your body, sweeping through. Just feeling where feels bigger, just feeling the expansive space around you of where your aura has expanded. Feeling full, feeling like you've replenished your cup, you've refreshed. And you can sit up when you're ready. And we're going to end that session here. And before we do, I just want to say that I release any energy of yours that I've been holding consciously or unconsciously through this session and all sessions, through all dimensions, timelines, planes, places, planets, through all, I release and let it go. And I am so incredibly grateful. I am so full of love. I have had the best time. I have been on a journey with you all, and I'm so grateful for you, because you're here doing incredible work. You really are. You need to trust that more. You're doing so much. And I hope today has shown you what an earth worker you are, how easy it is to go through the grids. That is it. That is what you need to do. And that's what you keep doing. And you do it all the time anyway. With whatever sacred site, wherever your feet touch the earth, you're doing the work. Thank you so much, Sue. I'll stay around for a couple more minutes just to say goodbye to people, but we have reached the end. I really want you to drink lots of water. I feel that this would have dehydrated you on the physical quite a lot. The light language transmissions went on and they were quite strong. I've noticed for this group, it's very galactic. I know Caroline, I didn't want that to end either, but I want you to know, Caroline, that you can go back in this moment. You're still there. You can bring your awareness to it and you can go back into the grids and lie in love, be in love. And your name is Dear Love, which I love. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Hayley. Just want you to know also, as I've just said, you are all earth healers. You are all earth healers. It's one of the big missions you came to do. Zora, lots of love to you. Love you, Lou. Thank you for anchoring over in Brazil for us, my beautiful friends. I love you. I love you. Ash, I love you. Bye, everyone. Katie, love you. Bye, Angel. I'll speak to you soon. Bye, Brona. Bye, Rebecca. Bye, everyone. Bye, Tara. Tara and Shara. Yeah, I will. Lou, I'll call you in a minute. Bonnie. Oh, Bonnie, hello. So much love to you. Isla, lots of love. I believe, you know, that this is what you can take from this course, is you're the guide too. You should be guiding people on this journey of the earth work. I strongly believe that. So take what you need and guide other people on this journey. Please do. It's what it's here for. Marja, lovely to see you. Allegra, ciao. Hope you all sleep well. Valerie, bye-bye. Take care, my love. Bye, Lena, I love you. Big hugs. Bye-bye, Marie-Claude. So lovely to have you here. Chris, amazing. Great Lake of Michigan. Oh, amazing. Ladies, before you all go, please do write on the comments on the page where you went to. I am intrigued, because when you share, you'll find that other people went to exactly the same places, and there'll be a pattern, and there'll be a pattern of work that you're doing as a soul group collectively. So please write your experiences down, because when you share them, it sparks remembrance in someone else. So don't feel like you're being silly or like you imagine something, just write it. Lots of love, Rebecca and Kat. Oh, thank you. Love you lots. Bye-bye, Heather. Thank you, my love. And also, because I love to hear where you've been, and I know you go to some incredible places, so please let me know what land you were clearing and what crystals you connected with. Right, everyone, it's nearly 10 o'clock here in England. I'm signing off. Lots of love. Bye-bye all. See you next week. It's live next week, so don't worry. Bye. I don't want to press end. I never do. To be honest, I hover over the thing and I'm like, I don't want to press it. Bye-bye, Rachel Davis. Okay, I'm really going. All the love. Bye-bye.